Nelson Mandela may have passed on, but he leaves a legacy of love and forgiveness. Is there a psychological benefit to that? Science investigates. Hey everyone, Trace here for D-News, looking into the science of forgiveness. Humans are a complex mix of emotional states which all evolved to serve a purpose. For a long time, forgiveness was thought to be in the realm of religion and philosophy, but science has begun to study the idea of forgiveness and the psychological and health impacts of letting go of internalized conflict. During apartheid, Nelson Mandela was imprisoned for nearly 3 decades. When he was finally freed in 1990, he refused to hold on to anger or resentment toward his oppressors, saying, "As I walked out the door toward the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison." One could say that Nelson Mandela is self-actualized, which is described in psychology theories as what a man can be, he must be. One of the keys of this is to forgive. Mandela was a preacher of love and forgiveness. Writer William Hazlitt believes without someone to fight, without someone contrary, humans wouldn't survive. We need a villain to have a hero. Even in the Roddenberryan utopia of Star Trek, humans still have contrary feelings. But though it's difficult, why is forgiving important? Scientifically speaking. Remember, we're animals. We evolved forgiving because those who were able to forgive were able to produce more offspring. A psychologist from Duke University writes humans were unable to rely on their speed, their fighting skill, their strength, their size to defeat predators. Instead, they had to form cooperative groups, and thus natural selection tipped toward those who were accepting, supportive, and helpful. The study of forgiveness is relatively new, and so far science has shown forgiveness has a genetic component, but can also be taught and passed through social interaction. When people were asked by researchers to think about a time they suffered a wrong, their heart rate, muscle tension, and blood pressure all increased. They reported feeling less in control of themselves and were under significant stress. Forgiveness alleviates those problems and allows the human animal to heal. Psychologists define interpersonal forgiveness as a shift in thinking where the desire to do harm lessens and the desire to benefit the relationship increases. A study funded by the John Templeton Foundation found that when people were able to forgive, they had lower resting blood pressures and they could more easily cope with chronic pain, while patients holding on to anger and resentment experienced aggravated pain. Another study in Michigan found those who refused to forgive had higher levels of cortisol, a major stress hormone produced by the adrenal gland and a natural steroid, while the Mayo Clinic says those who practice this shift in thinking have lower incidences of depression, better functioning immune systems, and nervous systems. They also had lower rates of heart disease. Ultimately, outside of direct biological benefits, social science done by Stanford University indicates forgiveness can help interpersonal relationships flourish. Taken together, forgiveness lets the body physically relax and mentally heal, which I don't know about you, but that sounds pretty great. No wonder Mr. Mandela lived for so long and accomplished so much. His body was content, relaxed, and stress-free. Have you ever had trouble forgiving? What did you do to finally let go? Tell us in the comments below the video, and thanks a lot for watching D-News today. Subscribe for more.